So yeah, the Art of Coca-Cola, presented by Comic Images, apparently. I don't know, this just appealed to me. I don't know why. I think Coca-Cola has iconic art. You're probably used to me opening portrait style cards, mostly of models, women. And then I have these. So I don't know what to expect, as per usual. If you know anything about these, do tell me. And yeah, let's find out. If anything like stands out, as per usual, I will do the research after the fact. I'm not going to go looking for hits beforehand. So if you know any hits, let me know. I just do these card openings for fun. Yeah. Randomly inserted chase cards include 6 Coca-Cola Santa chromium cards. So what we're looking for is like a hollow, shiny Santa card. And if we get one of them, then we got a hit. So that answers that question anyway. That'll be very cool because I've not had any hits in these packets yet. Not that I was necessarily expecting them to be, but it would be nice. You know, I bought 8 packets of random stuff. It would be cool to get a hit in one of them, wouldn't it, really? When I say 8, it might have even been 9. I do mean that some things like the Hooters cards I got 2 packets of. I'm going to have to make sure I post that video before these now, aren't I? For continuity's sake and for it to make any sense. Right, how do we open these cards in a manner that doesn't destroy them? There we go. So, let's have a look. The Art of Coca-Cola cards. Shown here in the 1950s policeman's school zone sign. A 5-foot tall metal figure with a 95-pound cast iron base. Designed to be placed in front of schools to remind motorists to slow down, a recurring theme in advertising for Coca-Cola. The image of a policeman was used early as the 1930s to remind busy pedestrians to slow down and pause for a drink of Coca-Cola. I was going to say, why would busy pedestrians slow down, not people in vehicles? So yeah, we are. See, these can be kind of cool, you know, just because they're going to be all so wildly different from one another and completely wildly different from just people all the time. The original painting by Fred Mitson was used. So I'm reading off the back of the card because it's a lot harder to see on the screen. You can probably see it a lot better than me, but that screen's a bit far away for me to see it. Was used in 1931 magazine ads. The copy reads, painted from an actual director's room of one of America's leading corporations. In fact, it was the boardroom of Coca-Cola Company. No wonder contour bottles and glasses proliferate? Proliferate? The scene. Anyway. Seated at the table was company president Robert W. Woodruff, and on the wall a portrait of his father Ernest. So yeah, these are quirky just because they're just going to be so wildly different. It'd be nice to get something that wasn't from 1930 though, right? Thomas Stonewall Jackson was extolled in the 1931 magazine ad for his ability to march his troops farther and faster than any other general in the field by giving them rations of sugar and resting them regularly. The obvious pause and refresh message follows in the ad with artwork painted by Sundblom. One of the enduring phases in Coca-Cola's advertising. Get my hand up in case I try to focus on it. The pause that refreshes was first used in 1929, so not far off 1930, but continues to be used to this day. Shown here is the red and green magazine ad that appeared in the Saturday Evening Post on September 21st, 1929. This is one of the series of ads depicting ordinary people enjoying a bottle of Coca-Cola. So this is an ordinary person apparently. Is that a photograph? Surely not. That looks like an illustration. How do they quantify that as an ordinary person if it's an illustration? Yeah, definitely an illustration, right? Okay, now we've gone back even further in time. Robert W. Woodruff was elected president of the Coca-Cola Company in 1923. The son Ernest Woodruff, who masterminded, again, I need to move my hands that way so it focuses, the 1919 takeover of the company. Woodruff moved swiftly to reorganize domestic sales and establish a separate division to handle overseas sales. When Woodruff stepped down, try saying that and you're pissed. When Woodruff stepped down as president in 1955, Coca-Cola was an international business with the most recognizable trademark in the world. It probably is still one of them, to be honest. So one would assume that that is a photograph of Mr. Woodruff. Yeah. No chromium yet. The front cover of October's 1948. Hey, we've gone forward in time a bit. Issue of Coca-Cola Overseas showed the head and the hand of a lovely Chinese girl holding a refreshing bottle of Coca-Cola. In this original painting by Irene, Benu, sounds French. Inside was an exclusive article by Dr. Wellington Koo, the distinguished Chinese ambassador to the United States, about trade relations between the two countries. See, now that's cool. I like that as an art piece. I can dig that. Well, I don't think we've won out on the old chromium anyway, because this is going to be an indication of what this last card is. What better way to familiarise your drink to the public than to standardise the glass in which it would be served, and then feature the same glass in attractive advertising. Shown here in 1935 cardboard cutout in a mouth-watering glass of Coca-Cola. I should probably say is a mouth-watering glass of Coca-Cola, if I wasn't dyslexic and could speak English. Although called a cupped glass in 1929 when it was adopted, today's collectors call it a barrel glass. Well, if nothing else, we learned something today, eh? And again, I quite like that as a card. It's a nice piece of art. So I like these two. These are cool. I kind of like the photograph. I get the history behind these advertising pieces, but they don't interest me as much as cards. The painting, yeah, whatever, a bit there. This one, I don't like how it's framed. I appreciate they've got to try and fit the ratio on any means possible, but these three, cool. Again, this one's framed weird because you've got the horrible band at the top and the bottom because of the ratio, but it's still cool. Yeah, these are cool cards. I like them. So yeah, would I get another pack of Coca-Cola? I can't remember how much I paid. If it was like £3, quite possibly. But am I in any way interested in, like, you know, chasing a chromium card and just collecting them for the sake of it? Nah. Peace.
Hey, you subscribed. Does it feel good?